Power 96.1, it's Maddox hanging out with the guys of Life of Dillon. So it's David, Joe, and Rob?
Correct.
All right. Welcome to Atlanta, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, man.
Great. Awesome.
You guys, I know you guys picked a really nice and hot day to come to Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm carrying my flannel around. Like, it's seriously, like, yeah.
You need like portable air conditioners. I feel like that would be a good thing to
Like
Like
those
a
little
jacket?
fans like they used to have?
No, like just like a suit that you can
Yeah.
wear that's full air conditioning.
They have that. In Japan, they have an
Do they
air-conditioned suit. Like, you can literally, it's got little fans in there, like, perfect. Like,
Oh my God, I
that
need
is-
that in my life, like
I
now.
need that, yeah. Right away.
So welcome, guys. Where did you guys actually first meet? Where'd you guys get together?
So obviously me and Robert are brothers, and David and I met at boarding school about 8 years ago in the south of England.
Okay.
Yeah, so like from day one we started making music. I think that's like what we had in common, and we used to stay behind after class and write songs. Then we started gigging locally, and then I brought him to London to meet Robert because he was more on the producer end of things,
Okay.
and really wanted to work with a guitarist, somebody with that just that skill set.
Okay.
And since then we've been making music ever since.
That's awesome. So did you guys you guys kind of started like practicing behind the scenes, and you guys started doing like local gigs and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
at different schools?
Just
or?
like pubs,
Okay.
like bars and stuff, like whatever we could get.
But that
'Cause-
was like very early on. Like, but our main focus was like songwriting and producing. Like the local thing was only like when we were in like your version of high school.
When we
So,
were,
I guess
like,
secondary
yeah.
school.
Okay.
we were like
Um,
16.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
So-
that didn't really last too long, like because we ended up doing more like production
Studio-based stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys did the whole like pub performance thing, have you guys ever seen the movie Euro Trip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That, so that's kind of, I've never been to Europe. I've always wanted to go.
It's not like that.
But it's not like that?
I
Oh,
promise you.
man.
No, unfortunately, no.
So there's no like, the goat pub, what was that? The pub that they first went into with all the soccer hooligans?
Oh,
And they ended
Like,
up on the
do
bus,
kind of
right?
the feisty goat or something like that?
The feisty guy.
That was like all the Manchester fans, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly.
Was Vinnie Jones in that?
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
get some hooligans like that.
So there's like pubs kind of like that? Did you guys ever perform?
I
at
would
any
say
of
there
those?
are, but aren't they like Millwall and Aston Villa?
Yeah.
They've got like a massive rivalry.
I stay clear of those
Yeah.
ones.
You don't go there?
Exactly.
What's that?
Cracking beer bottles over their heads?
Yeah.
Open it. Oh, with the eyes. of
Have
the
you seen
can.
Green Street?
What's
Have you
that?
seen Green Street?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
That's like some mad football hooligan film.
Oh,
Like,
really?
It's pretty
Yeah.
violent.
I gotta
yeah.
check that out.
Probably
That's
a bit
awesome.
more realistic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, how did you guys actually come up with the name Life of Dillon? Where'd that come from?
So we were in Brazil last year. We were on holiday, and so
They're
after.
from Brazil. Just
Well, we were
Throw that
born
up
there.
there.
Yeah.
We're not Brazilian, but we used to live there.
Yeah.
And so after working, just plugging away at making music for so long, and it was winter and, it was cold, we kind of wanted to get away and go just chill out, on the beach. And we met this guy whose lifestyle was completely the polar opposite to ours. He was just enjoying life, drinking, on the beach, surfing, and I think we all just envied that a little bit because of where we were coming from. You always want what you can't have.
Absolutely.
And the music that we were making at the time just happened to be very feel good. We actually used to write songs with pictures of paradise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we have this screen in front of the computer, and there'll be pictures of like Barbados and Jamaica and all these paradise places, and that used to inspire us. So it kind of just fit, know.
Okay.
And that's
awesome.
how it came about.
And then one thing led to another, and boom, you guys came up with the name.
That was it.
I love it. And you guys have your song Overload, super catchy. And I saw the video, and it's kind of like that beach kind of scene that you were talking about. There's a lot of
Right.
like paradise I see in the video.
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
where'd you guys actually shoot the video?
Yeah, that was in Malibu, in LA. Like, first time we had ever been there. It was a crazy long day. I think we got there at, what was it, like 4 in the morning?
4 in the morning,
And then
yeah.
we left at like 10 or something. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it was
Long
nice,
day.
though.
It was nice.
Yeah, the dolphins and stuff in the water. I thought I saw a couple orcas and stuff. Like, kind of discouraged me from swimming, but yeah.
I
it
was
an awesome day.
the ocean's a scary place. I went
Yeah.
I went jet skiing because I'm from Florida
Right.
originally, and I was jet skiing in like one of the Bay areas that we have, and I was my jet ski stalled out in the middle of like the ocean. I was like, this can't be good.
No.
All of a sudden, something started bumping my jet
Nope.
ski. I'm like, what is that? And I turn around, and it's like 4 dolphins like messing with us,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bumping into our jet ski on purpose.
That's literally one of my biggest fears, like to be stuck in the middle of the ocean, like Life of Pi. No, thank you.
so
like,
you're not a big fan of cruise ships then, probably?
No, I'm not a big fan of any kind of water. Like if I can't see the bottom of if I can't see inside the water, then I'm not going in.
Oh yeah,
no way.
You probably definitely don't want to go in the ocean then and walk around.
Nope.
Some scary things
I'll
in
go up to
there.
my ankles and that's about it. Like that's about as far as I go.
I love it. See, I heard you guys actually did Overload in a day. You guys actually like
Yeah.
produced a song,
pretty
like
much,
got
yeah.
the vocals and all that in like one day.
You know, some songs kind of write themselves.
Wow.
You know, you don't have to put too much effort into them. And
just
some songs
happen.
take forever.
Yeah.
know, so
You know,
every-
it kind of worked out. Like when we laid it down, it was like, okay, this can be like the rough idea for like the actual song that we like end up producing properly.
Okay.
And it ended up just kind of staying as it was.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know, we never re-recorded the vocals,
Yeah.
never re-recorded the guitars.
Sounds
or
great.
anything.
I mean, that's impressive to have something like that sound and get in a day. That's
I think those
insane.
are the best songs come out really quickly. You know, like
Yeah.
when they just kind of flow out,
Just
and, like,
natural?
just natural, organic. Like those end up being the best. You know, work
the
you
best
do, yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys have like a really cool, unique sound. It's kind of like with Overload. It's kind of like a dancey vibe, but it's also kind of like a chill
Right.
vibe. You guys have a very unique sound. What do you say inspires your sound?
Well, we're trying to call the sound like acoustic house.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a mix between electronic and that kind of acoustic vibe, you know,
Okay.
whether it's pianos or banjos or ukuleles or guitars. And I guess it kind of comes from like our influences. Like when I met these guys, they were like heavily into like hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
And I was more of like a rock country kind of fan, you know, still, and that's kind of still our roots. And when we come together and, you know, after like working together for like 8 years, we've kind of built this chemistry where we can allow each other to have space, yet we still come together. So
That's
we don't all
great.
just sit in a room together and go, let's come up with a song. Like, you know, some we do, but for the majority of the part, like, you know, one of us will come up with something and then maybe pass it on to Rob and then pass it to me and then pass it out. We meet in the middle, you know, with
Okay. So
with
you
our
guys
sound.
kind of have, each of you have a kind of a different direction. You guys all
Yeah.
kind of meet in the middle with your sound.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and we
pretty
all
cool.
have like different skill sets as well. Like
Yeah.
David's like the master guitarist. Like I'm the geeky technician clicking away on the computer, and Joe's like, you know, the crazy singer. You know what I mean? Like we all kind of have different talents that come together and complement each other. you
That's
know,
great,
in a really
man.
nice
hey,
way.
that's
It's
the best.
great because like normally, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, cut me off anytime, bro. By the way,
Nah, because like a lot of the time, artists, you know, maybe one person comes into the radio station or whatever, but behind the scenes, they're working with a lot of different people.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, and I'm glad that we get to do it together. Do you know what I mean? And it's us three doing everything, and it's us three that are going to be doing the touring, and you know, who are really living it. And it's not just me, or it's not just David or Robert who's like the face of something, and then everyone else is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know.
you don't have somebody else mastering it, somebody else, you know, producing
I
it.
mean, we do
somebody
actually
else-
have someone else
Yeah.
mastering it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
We
yeah.
would have like tried to do everything ourselves, but you know, I think once things reach a certain level in this industry, there are certain things you have to just be like, okay, this is how it's done.
I got you.
You know, but for the most part, we try and be as involved as possible with everything, from not just like the music, but the music videos and you know, like everything creatively
The
about
logos and the
our
artwork.
yeah.
Hey, that's good though. I mean, you guys. I mean, that's some of the best way to do it. I mean, that way you know the final product's going to be good and it's something you guys can be proud of. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys have your EP out on iTunes right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's
REP
called
Prologue.
Prologue.
Prologue. Absolutely.
Plug it away.
What can people expect when they go download Prologue and buy it?
Well, I guess if you've heard Overload, you probably like, you know, Overload. You know, you like the rest of the songs. There's kind of like a common thread that connects all the songs, yet they're all kind of different at the same time. You know, like there's the song Toys that's like got these, you know, pianos and like, I don't know, the acoustic guitar is kind of like on a different rhythm, and we've got
It's like
Dreams.
some African type.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
that's
dun,
cool.
dun, dun, dun,
This
dun,
Congolese guitar going on in there,
Yeah.
and then Dreams is more of like a heavy, like EDM driven, you know, kind of still with the acoustic elements in there kind of song, and the next single, obviously.
there you go.
Yeah. Just
Dreams.
Gotta
Watch out
love
for
it.
that one.
Check that one out. I love it.
But yeah, they can expect some fun-loving, you know, energetic, you know, I call it sunshine music, you know.
Sunshine music. There you go. You guys picked the
You
perfect
know, we
place.
get a lot of tweets from people, and they always say, your music just gets me going in the morning when I'm driving to work, and then they'll put a picture of like the coldest, most miserable place on earth. And I think that's what our music like
it's
is for.
an escape.
It's an escape.
from
It's
the norm and
it's
from
an escape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. I think it's an escape. That's awesome. Do you guys have any artists that you want to really work with in the future that you guys can think of?
Ooh, I mean, lots. I mean,
Producers, artists.
We'd love to work with like a female vocalist. Like
Mhm.
there's this girl Phoebe Ryan who's got like a crazy voice.
Oh,
And,
okay.
like Tori Kelly, she's an amazing singer.
I actually saw her at Center Stage here in Atlanta.
Yeah, she was here a couple
Monday.
days ago, right?
It was girl can sing. Let me
Girl
tell you,
can
like
sing,
she's got
yeah.
some vocals.
Yeah.
for sure.
She was great. So yeah, those are some good artists.
Yeah, Ellie Goulding's another great singer.
Oh, she's good too. Yeah.
Songwriters. We want to work with songwriters, people that really make their music,
Yeah.
you know. And also, we're going on tour with Megan Trainor on the 3rd of July.
That's
and She would
huge.
be, you know, obviously when we're on tour with her, we'll slip in, hey, you want to write a song together?
Hey, by the way, I need you to come on in the studio here with us. We'll be back later.
Yeah.
So she's going to be here later in Atlanta. So you guys are going to be coming back with her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
for
we're
her tour?
on
opening
the 16th of
we're
August.
opening,
All right. So we're going to see you again. Hopefully.
I hope so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Check out the new EP and the new single "Dreams," and we
you go.
appreciate you guys coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
having us.
Thank
man.
you.
You take care.